Hello, my name is Stephanie Rowe, also known as Mrs. Rowe. I live in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, and I'm doing this because of a few reasons. And I hope that you guys can stay with me because it is a bit of story time, and there's a lot of complexity to this. So me and my husband went on a few trips, and our last destination before we returned home was in Peru. And I had thought going to the Amazon, something that we'd seen on the TV our whole lives, would be a once in a lifetime experience, something that we would cherish and remember for the rest of our lives, which is exactly what's happened, but it's not in a positive way. So we went on a tour, and on the first day, it was about a 9-hour drive to the Amazon in Peru. So we were probably at the 6-hour mark, and we'd just had lunch, and we'd arrived in the actual Amazon, and it was phenomenal. And it was like everything that you would imagine it is, just luscious and green, and birds flying around, and massive amounts of butterflies, and it was just so special. There was waterfalls like going over the roads, like it was just magical in so many ways. And so we'd all had lunch, we'd hopped back on the van, and everyone had fallen asleep. Now, I'd been sleeping previously because I'd had altitude sickness and it had just taken me out. So I was awake by this stage. And so about 15 minutes down the road, the road is very, very windy, and it essentially follows the curves of the mountain. The bus driver fell asleep, and he drove the bus off of the road, off a cliff. And it then hit the ground, and then it flipped. So I was awake for all of it. A lot of people weren't awake for it, but I was awake for it. So I essentially just got thrown from my chair to the roof, to the floor, to the roof, to the floor. Now, as it was going over, the second time it had flipped, I thought to myself, this is when we die. This is how my death, this is it. I was midair, and it flipped again, and it just stopped. And I've hit the step that you walk up on, and so I'm lying there, and I am looking out of the window, because there was a window at the top of the roof, and I thought, fuck, you've just tried to kill me. You've just tried to kill me, and you didn't. I'm still here. Oh God. Anyway, there's been so much that has happened since then. We then had to climb from about 250 meters up a very steep incline, and the top of it was just a cliff. It was just like the road. This is the road, and this is the. It was just like this. It was insane. It was muddy. There was still debris falling down the hill when we were walking up. We were slipping. It was just we weren't in a good way. And then we had to go to a hospital, which was the closest one, which was an hour away, but it was not a good hospital, and there was like stray dogs walking around. They jabbed us in the bum with some painkiller thing and gave my husband a injection to stop his swelling, because because he couldn't see out of his eye by this stage, because he had gone through the van and he had hit the windscreen and he had been knocked out clean, and so he didn't know where he was. Anyway, so then we drive 9 hours back to Cusco, and we go to the hospital there, and we get admitted, and we're released, and then we contact our insurance company, and they're telling us the only way home is through Chile, and we have to get a Chilean visa. And Chilean visas take between 10 to 30 days to get. We're in immense pain with, we get to Lima, and we're not in a good way, and we're just waiting. And so we'd waited 5 days by this stage, and I realized that this was not going to happen. The Australian embassy had gotten in contact with us. They weren't doing anything to help because they couldn't help. So we were essentially stranded. And I thought, well, what's the quickest way to get home? And I went to the media, because that was the only way I knew that we were going to actually get any movement, that they were going to take this situation seriously. And I had emergency insurance as well. So, I'd paid a lot of money for it. So I just thought this would be easy. It wasn't easy. Went to media, got home within a couple of days, but it took 3 days of travel to get back to Australia. And then we had to go to the hospital here and then get more scans and all the rest of it. So I have 4 tears in my shoulder. I have a sac of fluid in my shoulder cuff, and my body's kind of shutting down because it's been a lot. And I tried to work. I got a temp job last week, and I tried to work, but my body just shut down, and I wasn't able to walk on Sunday because my back had seized up, and I just realized that I've been trying to avoid everything to do with the accident and just go back to a normal life so that I could just get some form of normalcy. Which just hasn't happened. And my body's now forcing me to acknowledge what's going on. And the reason why I'm making this is because we have no money. We have no money. We're staying at my friend's place. And we can't get a rental, and I'm freaking out, and I'm at a point of panic, because I can't work, and I don't have anything I don't have any savings, and I'm freaking out. So I came on here to, just go, if anybody wants to help, I'm going to create a GoFundMe page, or alternatively, you can just buy my book that I'm releasing. It's an ebook. It's $20, and then, and that's a way of donating, like giving me money, because I don't know how else to do this, and I'm desperate, and I know there's a lot of desperate people out there at the moment, and I know that there's a lot more people worse off than me and Jason. And I get that this is a lot, and it's a huge vulnerability for me to even ask for help, because I'm so self-sufficient that I can't work, so I can't do anything. I can't fix it. I can't fix this. And the insurance company won't give us any money. They sent me an email saying everything in Australia we're not paying for, so we had to pay for all of our scans and all of our doctor appointments, and it was just like, fuck. And I don't know what else to do. And I'm just asking if there's anybody that can help, to please do so. Even if you don't read the book, I don't care if you can donate anything small to the GoFundMe, please do so. I'm, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Thank you.